Yeah, he's a complicated character. He's not straightforward. He's got a lot of kind of hidden layers that are stripped back as the film goes on. So I was really, really scared about tackling him, and that made it even more attractive, you know.
Yeah, and in Winnie the Pooh, well now especially in the U.S., it's always been big, even before Disney really
Yes.
took over now it's a franchise. What do you think they would think of that? Because
Of what?
of just where it's gone. You know, your person is a real person. Because they wanted to kind of put this away.
Yeah, it ended up being a little bit of a kind of a millstone after a while. That they wanted to move on. He wanted his career to move on, and he wanted his son to move on, and both were weirdly held back by the success of Winnie the Pooh. But they created something like, in a lifetime, how many people create something which lasts? Very few people create anything that lasts. He created something which has lasted an incredibly long time. And so I think you have to be happy with that, you know? You have to be.
It's one of those stories, too, that I don't think anyone really would realize that the movie illustrates that Winnie the Pooh came out of the despair and tragedy of World War I. It was to change the mood, kind of like other things have done that, too.
Yeah.
This was kind of England's version of this is going to just brighten our day after such a tragedy.
Yeah, for sure that's the function that Winnie the Pooh ended up having, and the effect it ended up having on people was a safe place to go in a world which was really torn apart. And honestly, I think that there are things about this film which can provide that for people as well in much the same way. I think that it's got beauty in it, it's got the reminder about connection, and it shows how beautiful it can be when you finally get really close to somebody properly, with uncomplicated way. I think that shines out, and that's why I'm so proud of it.
The time period too is interesting because I'm sure you know about the phenomenon of Downton Abbey, which kind of went into the 20s.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's England, and this is a wealthy family, and it's interesting to see the difference, the way they behave toward children. And
very much so.
And it's Margot's character as well. People might look at her and say, "Oh, she's a bad mother" or something, but it's not true.
It's more complicated than that. Absolutely, it was a different time. You saw your children, if you had money, you saw them for maybe a half an hour in the evening when they were on best behaviour and sat there very politely and maybe told you what they learned that day. If they started misbehaving, you passed them over to the nanny, and the nanny took them out, and that was it. That was the way it was. Margot's character Daphne was very, very good for Alan Milne in a lot of ways. She gave him solace in the right ways and was strong with him when he needed somebody to be strong. They had a very good relationship, but then this child arrived and they kind of weren't ready for the responsibility. I mean, it's a very interesting story.
Yeah, Margot, she's got such a great career as well. It's similar. She came out of the gate kind of hitting the ground running with her first role. And she's got some great stuff in the works too. She's a great actress, and I think people are going to see more of her.
Of course.
Diversified. This is one of those roles. What's she like to work with as an actress?
Very, very easy to work with. I mean, like, she's done the work, so she doesn't have to make it complicated on the day. She turns up, she knocks it out of the park, and then you have fun in between. I really looked forward to working with her again because I'd worked with her on About Time, and I would love to work with her again after this. It's like she's one of those people who you just say, "Oh, anything." I would work with her on anything, you know.
In fact, we were just coming out of another role with Jennifer Lawrence. You know, and she's also another one like that. You know?
It's a similar thing, and she is able to switch on and off as the thing goes. The quality of the work doesn't dip at all, but she's able to escape it, have fun, and then dip straight back into the most serious stuff. And I just find that so impressive, you know. There's a few actors who can really do it, and Margot and Jen can do that for sure.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you, you too.